Zack Snyder has an update on Rebel Moon. This is what he said. Spent the day working on my script for Rebel Moon and getting excited about Justice League in 5 days. That's right, Justice League comes out on Blu-ray officially in 5 days. So if you haven't gotten it yet, please check out my pinned comment and get yourself a copy. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. First, we're going to talk about the Batman. Then, Zatanna. How about a Huntress HBO Max movie? And then, how the Snyder Cut may have affected the Flash movie. Alright, let's talk about the Batman. Now, the first test screening for the Batman caused quite a stir. We've got to find out that the Batman is a scary, horrific movie, and people were screaming and squirming and gasping, which is an interesting reaction for the Batman. But it does seem like Matt Reeves is going to the direction of more thriller, horror-based, along with that detective noir. Well, now it seems like we're going to get another test screening. This is coming from Grace Randolph. There's another The Batman test screening coming up, I believe, next week. So possibly by next week, we're going to get a different set of reactions, because I believe the studio puts out different versions of the same movie. And this is something that David F. Sandberg actually touched upon about Shazam's test screening and about test screenings in general. There are subtle differences between each screen because they want to see which one does the audience react to more. And honestly, it could be like how Chuck Roven talked about how there were 2 Suicide Squad test screenings, one more in line with David Ayer's version and the other one more in line with the studio version. And so this could be maybe a lighter, different take on the Batman. Let's see what happens next week, if we get to hear about the test screenings at all. Alright, let's talk about Zatanna. Now, we know Emerald Fennell is tapped to write for the Zatanna movie, and she teased that it's going to be a big, dark, and scary movie. And yes, it's fairly early to even know who's going to play Zatanna at this point, but looks like auditions are still ongoing, as this next person possibly teased that she's auditioning for the main role. Aza Slameen, a model and actress, posted on her Instagram a picture of Zatanna. Now, this could just mean she's a fan of it, but it does seem unlikely because she doesn't post that kind of stuff. She also posted this: "Throw me to the wolves and I will return leading the pack. New look." Kind of showing that she is going to audition or shoot something. And this could just be a modeling gig. She also posted this: #long hair, with the same emojis. It does very much look like that Zatanna picture that she posted earlier. So the rumor has it that she could possibly be auditioning for Zatanna. Now, this doesn't guarantee that she's got the role, but she looks like the part. I don't think I've ever seen her in any movies before, but that doesn't mean she can't do a great job. But if true, I think it's great to hear that Zatanna is finally coming together, at least. Maybe we'll get to hear bits and parts of it at DC Fandom. Alright, Scoot's been hearing some interesting stuff about Huntress. In fact, he kind of tweeted this out that made me very intrigued. If y'all want that Huntress HBO Max movie, I highly recommend using the hashtag #MakeTheHuntressMovie and tag HBO Max on the release date of Kate, starring Mary Elizabeth Winstead, on Netflix. And I think he meant to say September 10th, 2021. Some birds may or may not be watching. That's an interesting notion there. And it's kind of funny because in previous videos when Mary Elizabeth talked about making a Huntress or returning as Huntress, I said, hey, what if Warner Brothers execs or HBO Max sees her Kate movie and decides, hey, that's a hit. Maybe we should do a Huntress movie. Mary Elizabeth Winstead could carry a movie by herself, and Kate would be that movie. So yeah, I'm highly intrigued by this, and I think we should definitely watch Kate and support Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and then maybe she'll finally get her Huntress movie. I mean, if Journey Smollett can get her Black Canary movie, and Margot Robbie is getting all types of Harley Quinn deals, why not Huntress? Why not Helena Bertinelli, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead? And I'm thinking Kate's gonna be a kick-ass, bombastic action thriller that will turn heads and eyes for sure. Alright, let's talk about The Flash. Now, yesterday I talked about how it seems like The Flash is going to lead to a eventual new Justice League movie. Ajib Art seems to have heard that same notion. Also, the fact that Martian Manhunter could possibly be in The Flash. Now, that I'm not sure, but it's just interesting things that are happening in The Flash movie that does support that rumor that Andy Muschietti saw the Snyder Cut and decide to change the Flash to reflect Zack Snyder's Justice League. Well, Scoot kind of just confirmed it today by tagging me on Twitter. Andy 100% dug the Snyder Cut and made changes to Flash. And that gets me excited because Scoot's in the business. He has friends on the Flash production, so he kind of knows what he's talking about there. And I'm really excited to see what type of changes did Andy Muschietti do to the Flash movie to reflect Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'm wondering, are we going to get to see Superman in the black suit? Are we going to have references to Steppenwolf and Darkseid? Is that why they're possibly trying to put Martian Manhunter in the Flash movie? Because Martian Manhunter wasn't in Joss Whedon's Justice League, he was in Zack Snyder's Justice League. In fact, one of the biggest confirmed evidences that Andy Muschietti is utilizing Zack Snyder's Justice League is the fact that Kiersey Clemens, Iris West, is in the movie. Kiersey Clemens, Iris West, wasn't in Joss Whedon's Justice League. In fact, she didn't even appear in that movie. She only appears in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which almost feels like Andy Muschietti is trying to keep the Flash in canon with Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, the sad part, they couldn't keep the same Henry Allen, but scheduling issues, that's always the case. And unfortunately, Ray Fisher is not returning as Cyborg, but that really is not Andy Muschietti's fault. He 100% wanted Ray Fisher on board. In fact, they talked with each other and went over the script with each other, and Ray Fisher totally loved the Flash script. To be fair though, even though the Flash may come off from Zack Snyder's Justice League, I'm not sure it's going into the direction of possible Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3. I don't think they're actually going to do anything with the Nightmare World. In fact, maybe in this timeline, it branches off from whatever Zack Snyder was going to do in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, and I'm going to guess that after the end of this movie, it's going to branch off, kind of like Crisis on Infinite Earths, saying that universe still exists, we're just branching off from it. So in a way, maybe at the end of this movie, Andy Muschietti will narrate a story where that you actually see the Flash movie branching off into one direction, but you can see that the Snyderverse can continue off if it continues off in this direction. Not closing off any universes, but branching off so that they all could exist. At the same time, saying that everything else from behind existed, like Michael Keaton's Batman, and possibly even Christopher Reeve or Brandon Routh. No! I guess what the Muschiettis are trying to do is celebrate the DCEUs, DC movies, and everything DC existed and still exists. Which also makes sense that Brian Hirota and DJ came back from Zack Snyder's Justice League to do the VFX for The Flash. Not to mention, of course, Ben Affleck signing up and actually saying, wait, before I actually sign up, I'm going to make some changes to the script before I say yes. And like Scoot says, Ben Affleck will only approve of the Batman role if and when he actually loves the script. So yeah, I did a little video of wondering why all these people signed up from Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I think it's starting to make sense. It seems like Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti are indeed Snyder Cut fans, and they want to make sure that that universe stays intact. Will they restore the Snyderverse? I don't think they have the power to do that, but they do have the power to not destroy it within their own movie.